Welcome back to the Mouse Gun Guy. Today I want to show you a pistol that I consider fascinating in many different ways. This is the OWA 6.35 millimeter pistol. It was first made in 1921 and continued about the 1925. It's made in Austria, which it says on this side right here, made in Austria. It has a very unusual design. Just to compare it with the FN 1906, the FN 1906 Browning's designs were ahead of their time. It was a more modern design. And you can see that this pistol is a little bit bigger. It's really wide through the grip here. And it is heavier than the FN 1906. The OWA comes in at about 15.5 ounces, which is almost a pound. That's heavy for a pocket pistol. You can see an early serial number here, 799B. Patent applied for. The 21 indicates a 1921 manufacture date, and the proof mark with the V indicates Vienna. The OWA is German, stands for Austrian Works Arsenal. Before World War I, or up to the war, they employed about 20,000 people. It was a large arms manufacturing plant, but after the war, they were no longer able to make military weapons, so the government had to make something smaller in the 6.35 millimeter. And if you've just got to read the article that I put a link to below, because it gives all the full historical background. But after World War I, the losing countries, well, of course, Austria was with Germany. They had high unemployment, the economy was bad, and unemployed workers could be influenced by the labor unions or possibly the Bolsheviks, so the government needed to keep these people busy, give them something to do to help prevent unrest. So they put their designers together, who were probably old school guys. They designed a pistol that was probably obsolete when it was first manufactured. It followed some other pre-World War I designs like the Clement and the Steyr. So it's an unusual design. You can see here what we'd think of as a slide in most pistols. You can see it retracts there. It's got a really stiff spring. So you can see it's a pinched together mag release, which I like. And there's a 6-round mag there. And the pistol is very well made. The design may not be the greatest, but it is well made. And you can see jeweling here. And the fit and everything is just excellent in the pistol. You know, you can have a poor design, but German and Austrian workers have pride in what they do, and they made an excellent pistol. At least it's well made, even if the design wasn't the best. Now you can see this lever here, this releases here and the thing tips up. But unlike all the other tip-up barrels that I've seen, you cannot load this gun with the barrel tipped up. However, this makes it very easy for cleaning. You just pull this block back a little bit and it pops out, and that's all the disassembly there is to it. And then you can pop this back down. Sometimes something hits there and this lever won't go all the way back down, and if it does, you just push in on the spring here and it'll seat and you can relock it. This early model has grips that just have plain sans serif letters. Later grip models have the serifs on the letters, and this one doesn't have the umlauts, which some do, unless you can consider those dots outside. Usually they're over as the umlauts. And I think these grips are Bakelite, and they've lasted really well. I've heard that plastic might shrink a little bit and crack, but these are in very good shape. There's just one screw right dead center in the middle of the grip that holds it on. And there are numbers all over the pistol. There's a serial number right there, the 799B. And if you open it up, these are assembly numbers. They're not related in any way to the serial number. You can see a 4 and some other little number there that my old eyes can't make out right now. And there's numbers here, a 3 and an A. Even a number stamped right here on the screw, a 6 and a 7. So it has a lot of interesting features about it. You can see that it is a well-made gun. All the parts are really nice. They fit and work well. So the company started making these in 1921, and they weren't made because there was market demand. They didn't have a sales department or marketing department, so the pistols really weren't selling that well. They made about 40,000 of these until 1924-25 when the factory was shutting down, and it went from about 3,000 workers after the war to down to about 300. They made about 40,000 pistols of these, and only 8,000 are recorded as being sold. What happened to the other 32,000? Apparently, the employees were probably not getting paid by the government, so they paid themselves. They used their 5-finger discount and took pistols and parts and sold them. They would reassemble pistols outside the factory. Those guns would not have serial numbers. They would not have proof marks and other things that the factory guns had. So it was a chaotic time in the European market there, and it's an interesting piece of history, how these guns were made. And like I said, this is one of the early ones that has the 799, has a letter after the number in the 1921, the early grips. And it's just a good addition to any collection. And again, I urge you to follow the link that I'll put below and read the article. Find out more about the Fascinating OWA 6.35 millimeter pistol made in Austria.